Hey, so I'm sure a lot of you saw my post technically yesterday that was about Wayne Johnson passing. Um and I noticed a lot of you responded and you had, a lot of great memories and you cherished a lot of things with Wayne. Um uh and I like that. It helped me. But Wayne was a close friend of mine. But for a friend, he was mainly an actor that I just grew up idolizing. I saw him in the movie Cars, and I saw him in Fast Six, and just watching his, the way that he would approach a dramatic role or approach like a tense situation and how he'd handle it was like mind blowing. And when I heard he died today, I turned to my coworker and I said, "This is the straw that breaks the camel's back. I'm psycho." I said, "This is it. This is the last thing. I'm done. I'm turning psycho now. And anyone that gets in my way, they're going to get burned." She didn't really respond very well to that, obviously, But I just wanted to let her know. I was like, "Hey, I'm psycho. I'm going to be a psycho from now on. I am." I snapped. Wayne's gone. There's no Fast 8. And now I'm going to fucking start hurting people. But I wanted to pay tribute to Wayne in the best way that I could. And Wayne always had a strange fascination with PowerPoints. He never really he didn't quite understand what they were. I'd show Wayne. I'd make a little PowerPoint about like Jolly Ranchers, and he'd be like, "How did you do that? How'd you make that?" And then I'd be like, "Well, it's an application on a computer." And he put photos and words to it, and he goes, "But how did you make it?" And I'd be like, "Well, have you?" It's something that it was fucking alien to him. It was an abstract. When I started showing him it, he'd get sick to his stomach. He'd be like, "This isn't good." I'd make a PowerPoint, and he would get sick. He'd be like, "This is evil. It's not here. It's in another realm." And he'd puke. But he did want to try to make a PowerPoint before he died. But I made him a PowerPoint because he loved him so much and he didn't understand him. So this is my Wayne Johnson PowerPoint. Wayne Rock Johnson. So I kind of started off just Wayne Johnson, which was his name. It's a beautiful name that his parents gave him for a beautiful and creative man. Then here's this. He was filming another movie at the time that he died. He was filming a movie called Big Car, and it's kind of an avant-garde kind of film where it was not a CGI thing. But he pretended to be a car in the movie, is what I'm trying to say. He made car sounds, and he got, filled with oil, and, he would be a car. And it was a difficult time for our friendship because, I'd be like, "Hey, Wayne, I'm doing a barbecue tonight. I'd love to have you come over for a burger or a beer or whatever." And then he would just be like, he would do tire squeal sounds at me, or he would honk, and he'd be like, "Honk, honk." And you didn't get a lot out of him, So he wouldn't come. He obviously didn't come to the barbecue because he was in the mindset that he was a car. and not a man. So you could see how that it was difficult for our friendship, and it was difficult. It was just a difficult period for me in general. Wayne Johnson died today. He was shot in the head with a gun. Just kind of factual, I guess. He got killed. That's what happened. And this picture here is a picture of I'm assuming a dad and a daughter, and Wayne just had a fixation on fatherhood and being a dad. Probably to a fault. I mean, it got kind of extreme there for a minute. But we'd be watching Fast Five in his room, and then it'd be a cool scene where a car would be like doing like a woo, like a 360, and it was like what, and like a bunch of things would blow up, and it was awesome. And he turned to me, and I was like, sweating, like yelling at the TV, like yeah, and he'd turn to me and he'd say, "Don't you just love dads?" And I'd say, "What?" And then he would say, "Just dads are the coolest. They're the coolest things. Don't you love dads? I think dads are the coolest." And I'd say, "Yeah, I guess. I don't know what you mean." And then we'd kind of stop talking. He'd drop it because it made me uncomfortable, and I didn't really know where that came out of him. I don't know what triggered that response, but I guess he fucking loved dads. Yeah. Then there's this. Again, well, I thought I took this out of the PowerPoint. This was not a photo that he consented to. He did not know I took this photo of him. We got into an argument. I'll leave it at that. A lot of things were said. I don't know. And he kind of told me like, "Hey, stay away from my family, stay away from me. If you're in, a mile of my family, we're gonna throw your ass in jail." And I was like, whatever. We'll be fine. I said we'll be fine, and I would text him and he would respond. So then I just followed him to where he was going, which was a vacation house in Miami. This photo was after I threw rocks at his window for probably an hour at 5 a.m. Just like goofing around. And, he came out and he was tired and he was really distraught. and he was, just not knowing what was going on. He had no idea. And if you look at this, he's trying to, he's tired. But no, I was goofing off with a friend. So this photo he doesn't know is I took of him, and he's dead now, so it's not like he can do anything about it. But I took this photo legally of him, and it's him, and now it's here. So it's a big deal. Yeah. Thought I took this one out. Good riddance, pig fuck. Have fun rotting in hell. Yeah. Just. Yeah, I don't know what to say here, really. I was mad at him. About 30 minutes ago when I made this, I was really mad at him. So I made my own edits of photos of him. I thought I deleted that. Fuck you, give me a chance to crown. still upset. I'll just say it. I wrote a movie idea in my diary about 10 years ago. The movie was called Baby Pacifier, and it was a movie about a 27-year-old man that wore diapers and was a giant baby. That's really it. That's what the movie was about. It was just about a big fucking baby. And I remember watching Big Five with Wayne and being like, "Hey man, can I just show you an idea I have? It's probably stupid." And he was like, "No. Yeah, it's fine. Show me what what you're thinking of." And I was like, "All right, well, I have this idea. It's called Baby Pacifier, and it's about like a 30-year-old man that wears diapers and sucks on pacifiers all day, and finds a girlfriend, you know." And he was like, "Oh, that's really cool." Go forward 5 years later. After I wrote, showed him my diary, the movie was made, and guess who was starring? Wayne Rock Johnson. He stole the idea. He made millions off it, and when I messaged him about it, he said, "You're delusional. The movie wasn't about a baby in a diaper. It wasn't it wasn't called Baby Pacifier. It was called Fast Five." And to that I said, "Fuck you. You don't know anything. And one day you will pay for what you've done to me." And I guess this is the day that he pays for what he did to me. So he's dead. Dead forever. He's gone. Bye-bye. I mean, I don't know. Good riddance, pig fuck. Have fun rotting in hell. I still love the photos I took of him, like this one. He was filming another movie. I took this photo. We were hanging out in a sewer, and we decided to come out after sewer diving for 3 hours, and we meditated after that, because sewers just have like a weird frequency that really just like tune you into like, you know, total annihilation. But yeah, he's gone. So